Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of my Let's Play Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Gonna have quite a long episode here. In this second part we're going to explore Route 202, Jubilife City, Route 204 and the Ravaged Path. So quite a lot to be getting on with here. I'm going to show you all the items that I can find and all of the Pokemon available in those areas. So I really hope you enjoy. We begin here where we left off the last episode though, in Twinleaf Town. So we're going to have to move on through Route 201 in order to get back to Sandgem Town. Of course this will involve a couple of wild battles, which not the end of the world as we're currently only level 7, so we could probably do with the experience. Chimchar is still quite weak, still can only 2-hit a level 2, which is unfortunate, but I imagine he'll get stronger a lot quicker soon. Or at least I hope he does anyway. Still a little way off level 8, but I'm sure we'll get there pretty quickly. So now we're through Route 201, we're back in Sandgem Town, which you saw in the last episode. If you haven't checked that one out yet, please go in and take a quick look, and I'll cover everything that goes on at the start of starting your journey. So Route 202, on the first time you explore this route, Dawn will be here waiting for you in order to demonstrate how to catch a Pokemon. She'll do so using the starter that is weakest against your own. So in my case with Chimchar, she uses a Turtwig. This is, for anyone who's played Pokemon before, this is all just basics. I've shown you how to weaken a Pokemon before you throw your Pokeball at it. Right now its HP is down, throw a Pokeball. It looks like Dawn's Turtwig has quite good IVs around HP. As 22 is quite high for a level 5. I think my Chimchar had 20 at that time. And there we go, she's shown us the absolute marvel that is how to catch a Bidoof. Not that we won't be catching one ourselves, of course. I will be trying to catch everything I possibly can, as I said in the last episode, to try and fill up my Pokedex and, you know, take you through the full journey of everything there is to catch. Pokemon also get easier to catch if you make them sleep or something by using a Pokemon's move. To get you started, you'll give me some Pokeballs, and that is excellent news, because that's what we were looking for in the shop. We did pick a couple up in the shop, but that gives us a few more. I wonder how many she did give us actually. I believe we bought more than 30 in the last episode, so yeah, it looks like she gave us another 20, which is now we've got quite a substantial amount. Still got the parcel, of course. Our current objective is to move on to Jubilife City and give the parcel to our rival. So there are 4 Pokemon you can find in this area. There's the on-screen Starly, there's the previously seen Bidoof, and then there's 2 new Pokemon we haven't seen before. One of which is Shinx, which is an electric type. That has a medium chance of showing up. And then there's also a bug type called Kricketot. I will show you me capturing all of these, but to be aware, Kricketot does not show up all times of day. It has an uncommon chance of being seen in the morning times and a fairly common show rate in the evening. However, in the middle of the day, it has a 0% chance of being seen. So make sure to either adjust your clock or come back in morning or night if you wish to catch this Pokemon. I think we're here actually going to catch our first member of our team, this Bidoof. As I've said before, Bidoofs aren't really very useful if you're considering using it for your team. Whilst they are quite tanky, they don't have a particularly great moveset and not particularly great stats other than the defense as well. So I'll be catching this literally just for the Pokédex entry, not for any intention of actually using it. Not to say there aren't Pokemon you can find early that I would consider using. I think there's a chance that the Shinx that I catch in this route might become a permanent member of my team. We'll have to see how my team develops over time. Another Bidoof. Hopefully we'll find this Shinx pretty sharpish. Either way, this is quite handy for farming some XP. We're almost level 8 now and we definitely need the levels. But if we don't find them soon, I will skip through me capturing all the Pokemon on this route. And here we go. This is the other Pokemon available on this route that I previously mentioned. This is Shinx, the electric type. This is really handy to pick up, particularly as there's quite a lot of Starlies around. So Shinx is pretty good for taking out these flying types. Also useful for the number of Zubats, etc. we see later on. Having an electric type can also be useful as water types get more and more common as the story progresses. If you didn't pick Turtwig as your starter, you'll tend to have an electric type in your team. And Shinx is a good option for that, as its evolutions do get very strong. Shinx is more of a physical attacker, and so are its evolutions. So what you should try and get is perhaps something with a nature which benefits its attack. For example, an adamant nature which boosts its attack and reduces its special attack is particularly useful. And then teaching it physical based moves in order to make the most of that. To begin with, however, the first electric move Shinx will learn will be Thunder Shock, which is a special based move. Not the best move in the world, but it will learn better later on. Right, if I try and find a Starly, yeah, we still haven't caught one of these, so this will do. I think I'll catch this one now. If I use Ember on that should take it down to low health, and then it should be an easy catch. And then I'll quickly cut the footage across for when we eventually find a Kricketune, as I will have to retune the clock on my Switch in order to move across to evening time to make it easier to catch. And there we go. So there's a Starly. None of the Pokemon in the early stages are that difficult to catch, so filling up this early dex isn't a problem at all. So, Starly says, they flock in great numbers. Though small, they flap their wings with great power. And that's Starly added to my party. Now, I've quickly cut across to after I've changed the time, and I have found a wild Kricketot. And this one's level 3. Kricketot is definitely not a Pokemon you should consider for your party unless you're looking for a bit of a mean team. Both it and its evolution are particularly weak with no standout stats and not a great move pool, so they're not something that would be particularly useful for your team, as is the case actually with the majority of bug types in this game. Unfortunately, they all are particularly weak. Okay, that's Kricketot caught. Now that has been done, we can proceed on and move on to Jubilife City. Kricketot shakes his head back to front, causing antennae to hit each other and sound like a xylophone. And that's number 5 in our party, so we're getting close to a full team now. Now we're actually going to experience our first trainer battle. So when you walk in front of a trainer, if their eyes meet where your character is and you're within range of them, you have to battle them. The battles in this area aren't particularly troublesome. They'll all be low level and pretty easy, but some good experience to get early on. So with this Starly, I should probably bring out my Shinx actually and give it some battle experience, but I'm quite keen to get Chimchar to quite a high level nice and early. This quick attack's quite annoying actually, it's doing quite a bit of damage. I'm not particularly high level, even though that's only level 5. I'm only level 9, so it's doing quite a lot of damage to me. And you see that all my other Pokemon are quite close to leveling up. We will of course need to work on these levels quite heavily before we face the first gym, which I won't give away just yet, but we aren't particularly well set up for currently. Okay, second trainer battle here. I spy with my little eye a trainer. So here we have Lass Natalie, who has 2 Pokemon in her team. First up is a Bidoof. A level 3 Bidoof. Not too much of a challenge. Well, I did quite a lot of damage, even though it's only level 3. I kind of would have hoped that a level 9 Chimchar would be able to take it out, but this is what I was meaning by the fact that my Chimchar is more of a physical attacker. Using special base moves isn't particularly effective with him, so we'll have to look to change that as soon as possible. Triple level up as well, Shinx, Starly and Kricketot. That's quite handy, and Starly learned Quick Attack. Next up is a second Bidoof, once again level 3, so shouldn't be any trouble for my Chimchar to take down once again. Hopefully this will provide enough experience to get me up to level 10, which would be a nice milestone to hit early. If not, I'm sure we'll get it in the next trainer battle. Oh, so close. And that last Natalie doesn't appear particularly happy that I won, but I'm sure she'll get over it. So if you run through this thick patch of grass here, you'll find the last trainer on this route. Let's see what he's got to offer. So most trainers in these routes early on use Pokemon that are available within that said route, and youngster Logan is no exception, using a Shinx. Early on they're quite a good indicator of what's available within the route, but that becomes less and less useful later on as the Pokemon choices start to get more and more exotic. Oh nice, so there we go. The Ember takes away half of Shinx's health, so this should take him out. I am glad this is the final trainer battle of this route, as my Chimchar is running a little low on HP, so we need to find the Pokemon Center when we enter Jubilife City, but for now, all going well. It's level 10, some good HP gains, some good attack gains, and yeah, Starly and Kricketot also get another level up. All of these should level up pretty quickly at the beginning, as they're similar levels to the Pokemon that we're defeating, so they will get boosted XP. If we carry on to the west of this route, you'll find another guy stood here. He's not a trainer though, but if you keep going to the west, you'll see that there's a potion in the grass. Again, not a particularly fantastic item, but useful early on. And here we find another Kricketot, so I think we'll just knock that out the way. We should be quick enough and strong enough to now to one-hit this Kricketot. And yes, it does, which is good to see. Though I'm not sure beating a level, I think it was level 3 bug type is a particularly big milestone, but we'll take it either way. So if we proceed up to the north of Route 202, we see Jubilife City for the first time, and as we do, we meet Dawn. Hi Harrison, are you catching Pokemon? Wow, you've already got 5 with you. Your Pokedex should be full in no time. Harrison, you should visit the trainer school. Aiden went to the trainer school earlier. Goodbye. So yeah, Aiden's the person that we're looking for. So Aiden is our rival, of course, if you didn't catch in the last episode that I named him that. First off, I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center, however, as Chimchar's getting pretty weak, and if we end up in any more battles, he could faint, so I'll just rest him up quickly for a few seconds. There we go. Now, if you head just west of the Pokemon Center, this building here is the Trainer's School. Within here, just off to the right-hand side of the building, there are two trainers. These both offer a battle, so I think we're going to battle both of these. They aren't particularly strong, but any experience is worth it, just to try and level us up. Now you see here, these guys use an Abra. Abra, normally at this stage of the game, wouldn't be much of a threat, as they normally only know Teleport, which doesn't do any damage at all. So I'm going to use Scratch, because I imagine they have quite high special defense, and my attack is better than my special attack, so Scratch should do quite a lot of damage. Turns out these Abras, however, these Abras have Charge Beam as one of their moves, which I was half hoping we'd get a TM for Charge Beam at the end of this, but we don't, unfortunately. It'd be very useful for if we did happen to catch an Abra ourselves in the future. Kricketot learns Struggle Bug, a move that it will never be used within my team. So that's the first of those trainer battles out the way. Simply done, and on to the next one. This young lady here, she will also use an Abra. Exactly the same move sets. So exactly the same fight all over again, basically. School Kid Christine. Interesting that the trainer on the left was actually called School Kid Harrison, which matches my name exactly. Not that I'm a school kid. Yeah, I try out Ember here just to see if I was right to use Scratch last time, and you can see how much less damage that does than Scratch, despite having the same type attack bonus. So we're just going to continue using Scratch, because we can deal as much damage as possible. I guess there's a couple of levels up. Bidoof, Starly and Kricketot all hitting level 7. Simple. And now we've done that, she's going to give us our first TM. Or sorry, no, the boy on the left will give us our first TM. And this is TM10. TM10 is for Work Up, which is a move for fighting types and boosts their stats. I can't remember off the top of my head what stats it boosts, but it's a reasonably decent move. Up by the blackboard here, you'll find your rival, so you can deliver the parcel and complete that objective. Within that is a town map, so now we've got our town map finally, so we can have a look and see where it is we have to go. Not that the game doesn't make it clear anyway where you have to go, to be honest. And once again, the rival will go sprinting away. This person here has fantastic hair. Now, on to the next stage within Jubilife City. You'll see, not this old man, the man just above us to the north. If we quickly chat through this guy. So this man to the north, he is the president of the Poketch company. So he says, "Oh, you're a Pokemon trainer? You don't have a Poketch yet?" Poketch is short for Pokemon Watch. Oh my, you're a rare case indeed. You see, I invented the Poketch, and now I'm conducting a promotional campaign. All you have to do is find 3 clowns around Jubilife City, and you will get your very own Poketch. So off the top of my head, can't actually remember where it is you find these clowns. So I'm just going to have a brief explore and show you where you can find some of the new items as well. I don't believe there's anything in here. Maybe upstairs. Or perhaps not. So this building is currently completely pointless. Not sure why they bother putting buildings like this in the game, but each to their own. So now you know there's nothing in that building. If you come back here next to the trainer's school, if we then head off to the west, you'll see there is another building here. However, we're currently unable to enter this building as this is the GWS, which I believe has changed its name as, I believe it was the GTS previously in regular Diamond and Pearl, which was the first time we had like massive online trading where you could offer your Pokemon up and someone could bid for them with the Pokemon that you requested. On the road just east of the president of the Poketch Company, you'll find clown number 1. The answers to all the clown's questions, by the way, are just yes, so you can easily just click through those and get the coupon straight away. But that gave us coupon number 1. This person here says something about groups in the local room. I'm not sure what these do yet. I'm sure we'll find out later on. But we might as well set one up while we're here. What should I call it? I might call it Your Average Gamer. Or maybe just Average Gamer. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I didn't realise that there's a 10 character limit. So if we go with just YA for Your Average. YA Gamer. There we go. Not sure what this entails, but if this is something regular people can join, everyone can feel free to join my group if you so like. So just north and slightly west of the president is clown number 2. Again, if you click yes through all of this, you will get your coupon. This clown actually had coupon number 3, and if you keep going west of him, you'll find the last clown. And once again, he has the final coupon. So now we have enough coupons to get the Poketch. Before you run back though, if you keep going to the west here and speak to this fisherman, he will give us the old rod if you click yes to this. The old rod isn't particularly fantastic, there's not a lot of Pokemon you can find with it. Generally it's just Magikarp, but still useful to have nonetheless. Would I like any tips on using that rod? No thank you. But he gives us the tip anyway. So now we've done that, we've got the fishing rod, got all the coupons, we can run back this way and speak to the president of the Poketch Company, and he should give us our Poketch. First actually, if we go into here, into Jubilife Condominiums, again the building just north of the Poketch owner, if you come within here, I can't remember which person it is, that's this one here. If you speak to her, they give you the Quick Claw, which is a really strong item this early in the game. What it allows you to do is sometimes you'll act first when otherwise you would not. It's a particularly good item if you have a slow Pokemon. I've given it to Chimchar for now as he's the only one I'm really using, but as he's quite quick he'll tend to go first anyway. Yeah, useful item to have. There we go, now I've spoken to the president, I do now have the Poketch. So the controls for the Poketch aren't the best in my opinion, they're a bit tricky. If you press and hold R, it will appear in the top corner like you saw there. If you then tap R, it will open it up in full screen. As you can see, there's various apps on here, none of which are particularly useful at the minute other than maybe the clock. If you then tap R again, it will appear and disappear as you want. And then if you press and hold R, you can make it disappear again to go back into full screen mode. This, I will admit, this does seem a bit forced, as of course in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl you had the second screen, which held the Poketch much better. I'm glad they still tried to fit it in. And one thing I missed when coming through here, just south of Jubilife, if you come down this little crevice to the west of the stairs, you can find a Paralyze Heal just within the wall. So if you just click on that, you get yourself another free item. Now, next up on our quest, shall we say, we're actually going to go to a location we can't yet get through, but just investigate it anyway. This is Route 204. So what we're going to do is just show off the trainers that are available currently and the new Pokemon that are available to catch. So the first trainer here is Last Sarah, who only has one Pokemon, and it's yet another Bidoof. Not particularly strong, should be easily taken out by Chimchar. When I say easily, I mean obviously it takes its time doing so. But there was your first example of the Quick Claw in action. You saw that Chimchar used his item, and because of that he was able to go first. The Quick Claw is a multi-use item as well, so it doesn't, unlike berries, get used up instantly. You can keep reusing and reusing the Quick Claw, so if you haven't got anything else on your lead Pokemon, you might as well put the Quick Claw on him. And that's Chimchar up to level 11, which is pretty handy. We're starting to get quite strong now compared to the trainers around us. This should make things quicker as we start to one-shot the people around us. So the second trainer on our route is this little boy here, stood here. He is youngster Tyler. He has two Pokemon in his team. First one up is the mightiest of all Pokemon, a Magikarp. Now, Magikarp, of course, only really knows one move unless you train it up to a higher level beyond the point where it would evolve. So Magikarps aren't really much threat whatsoever. Saying that, my Chimchar still can't one-shot it. Let's hope youngster Tyler's second Pokemon isn't another Magikarp and is at least something slightly more entertaining. There we go, so his second Pokemon is a Starly, and I'm actually going to swap out for the first time here, as it's likely that Shinx will be staying in my team. Might as well give him some introduction to everyone and get him some more experience. So you'll see here, he currently knows Tackle, Leer, Thundershock, and Charge, so none of his moves are particularly great, particularly when you consider that he's meant to be a more physical attacker. But as you level him up, he will eventually learn some better moves. Youngster Tyler said he got the Pokemon from his dad, so maybe his dad is the problem here rather than him. Okay, so there's one new Pokemon available in the grass in this area. That one new Pokemon is this here. This is a Budew, which is a grass-type Pokemon. It's the baby form of Roselia and Roserade, which can be quite powerful. So if you're looking for a grass-type, you could do a lot worse than Budew. This one here has the ability Poison Point, which is quite frustrating actually, as it poisons my Chimchar. Yeah, we're going to capture this, just add it to have the final member of our initial team. And there we have it. So yeah, that's Budew and our team. I don't know how long he'll stay. I doubt for very long, as I don't really have many plans to use him, but still going to catch everything we can see. So Budew, over the winter, it closes its bud and endures the cold. In spring, the bud opens and releases its pollen. How lovely. Oh no. So we appear to have got that battle at the exact same time that the trainer, Last Samantha, saw us. And that's inconvenient because we did just get poisoned by that last Budew. So we are in a little bit of danger here. Though as we're super effective, I'm gonna use Ember because I think we might be able to one-shot this. Hopefully. Oh no, not even close. So we're in a little bit of danger here, but thankfully Budew used Growth rather than an attack-based move. We'll take a little bit of damage from poison, but then we should be all good to take this out. And there we go. So this was the final trainer on this route. or Root, however you want to pronounce it. Quite a lot of XP gained from that actually, but so thank you last Samantha. Consider it says I'm very strong. I think actually you guys are just weak. Another Budu here. I think I'll just take this out for some experience. I still think I've got just enough XP. Not XP, sorry, HP on my Chimchar to take this out, but I think I'll run just to be safe. Actually, I don't want to risk it because if I miss and take some damage, they might take me out. So bear with just for a few ticks whilst we pop to the Pokemon Center and regain our HP and cure that poison status effect. There we go. Now that's done, we can head back up to the north, back to Route 204, and continue along that path. Well, we would, but this Budu has something else to say about it. But now we've got a newly healed Chimchar. He should be able to take this out pretty easily and gain some more XP for the team. Easy. So, just beyond this patch of grass where we stopped a second ago, you can see the mouth to a little cave. There's no items around this here, but if you speak to this boy, he's also not a trainer, so you can feel free to carry on and go inside Ravaged Path. Just up to the Ravaged Path here, there is an antidote by the rocks, handy for curing poison if you did get poisoned by a Budu. So within this area there are 3 new Pokemon. The first one is this here, a wild Zubat. Zubats are poison and flying type. I know they're very polarizing, they're either very popular or unpopular depending on what you think of them. While Zubat itself is seen as frustrating considering how many you see of them in caves in pretty much every single Pokemon game. I know that a lot of people consider Crobat a fan favourite, so with some people seeing Zubats is a good thing, some people hate them. Me, I don't mind them too much. I think they have their uses, and Crobat is a particularly fun Pokemon to use. I think I will actually add Zubat to my team for now. He's definitely better than some of the options we have sitting on the bench, so I'll add him in probably over the top of Kricketot. Yeah. So let's see if we can find the other Pokemon available in here. I do note that they seem to have reduced the encounter rate of caves. You used to not be able to move 3 steps in a cave without a Pokemon encounter. In here I'm running around like a madman and I still can't seem to get any encounters. So this might make finding the rest of the Pokemon available in here a little bit tricky. So here we go, here's the second Pokemon available within the Ravaged Path. This one is a little bit rarer than the other two, it's a little bit more difficult to encounter. We got quite lucky that we found that on our second battle. This here is a Psyduck. So Psyduck is a water type that also quite often learns, I believe it learns Confusion, so a psychic type move, which can be pretty useful if you come up against poison types, for example. So we will capture this guy and add him into our team, I think, as being a water type, he'll also be our first water type Pokemon, which will be quite handy. Bidoof just leveled up, which is quite ironic, as I think he might be the Pokemon that makes way within my team for Psyduck, as I don't really have much use for a tanky normal type. Psyduck and its evolution Golduck are actually pretty decent as far as water Pokemon go, so if you were looking for a water type for your team, you could do a lot worse than either of these. I think for now it'll stick in. I'm not sure it will be my water type for forever, but it can be quite useful. So you'll see it does know a water type move, which could be very useful in the next gym. So picking one up might not be the worst idea in the world. Now I'm going to quickly run around here and just look for the last Pokemon within this area. Hopefully it appears on the third try. Unfortunately not, another Zubat, so we'll just quickly defeat this. Yeah, more Zubat. Hopefully this third Pokemon will appear eventually. Surely, he's got to come soon. There's only so many Zubat you can fight, and there it is, the last Pokemon available within Ravaged Tunnel. So this here is Geodude, a very strong, tanky rock type, as most rock types are. I think I'm going to catch this and maybe add it to my team temporarily, as we don't really have anything useful like that. I'm not a big fan of Budew. I think it's quite weak, so I think Geodude will temporarily come into the side. Unlikely to be for very long, but might as well. So that's Geodude weakened enough. I think when I throw his Pokeball, this should catch it straight away. And there we go, easy. So that's everything you can find now within the Ravaged Path. Yeah, so I'd recommend Zubat can be useful if you're looking for a flying type on your team, other than Starly, if you didn't want Starly. Then Zubat can be useful. Geodude is pretty strong as rock types go, though its final evolution does require a trade to get to, so if you don't have access to trading, then perhaps Geodude's not for you. And then Psyduck's a pretty bulky water-based attacker, which is quite useful. Fortunately here, my Chimchar has actually achieved something I was kind of stalling for before moving on to the next area, which was level 12, where it learns Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch is a really good move, as it ups your attack every single time you hit, so basically it's making its own move stronger the whole way through. It's also super effective against rock types, being a fighting type move, so it'll be useful for the upcoming journey. Anyway, this has been quite a long episode, a lot of fighting, a lot of levelling up. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, and I hope the information's been comprehensive enough. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and please drop me a comment with some feedback.